wanatuambia tungoje 2027 na marafiki zako wanatuambia mnapanga kuiba 2027. Saa hii tuko na IEBC. Mimi kama wakili najua sheria iruhusu mtu kuhujumu matokeo ya uchaguzi kama mtu ametangaza wazi kwamba anataka kuiba kura. Hawa jamaa Ethekon na ndugu zake wengine wameingia IEBC juzi. Waite hawa wabunge ambao wanasema wataiba kura kwa ajili ya William Ruto waweze kujibu haya maneno, kwa sababu sisi tunangojea ile siku ambayo tutapewa kura. Haki ya Mungu by saa 2 Ruto atakuwa ameenda nyumbani.
Ladies and gentlemen, before people are confused whether Raila Amolo Odinga is in government or not, because you could find Edwin Sifuna criticizing the government, on the other side Mbadi supporting the government. You realize Anyang' Nyong'o is quiet, on the other side James Orengo is criticizing government, and then suddenly he's in government. Such kind of movements. Now, ladies and gentlemen, people got confused that Israel is in government or not. Of late, there are statements that are made, like now from the MP of Nyaribari Church, Zairi Janda, telling the people that if Raila Amolo Odinga does not want to be in government with these people, let them leave. A clear indication that there's some problem. Ladies and gentlemen, on this particular video, I want to take you through on the reasons I feel strongly that Raila Amolo Odinga is in government. But before I do so, if this is the first time you're watching my videos, kindly take a second or two to subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Let me dive in that way, much wasting of time. Number one sign that Raila Amolo Odinga is in government or reason is that Raila is always silent nowadays. Silent on various matters that concern the public. Or when he comes out to speak, he gives some contradicting statements to confuse the people. People are being shot in the streets to die. Kenyans go to the streets to demonstrate, just like he used to do with youths in 2023-2022. Kenyans got arrested and given some trumped-up charges. And ladies and gentlemen, Raila Amolo Odinga goes silent about all these issues, only to come out and tell people about an intergenerational conclave. When you look at this keenly, Raila Amolo Odinga is evading the real issues. He's not criticizing the government. Secondly, he's suggesting things that are confusing. So in a nutshell, he's silent on the matters that are concerning the public. That kind of silence is a sign that Raila Amolo Odinga is in government. He's benefiting immensely from tenders here and there. He's eating well with the government. And therefore, there's no way he can be able to hit at the same government again. That is what we call self-interests first. So, ladies and gentlemen, when that happens, you can comfortably tell that Raila Amolo Odinga is in government. Number two, UDA partners are silent. Now, before Raila Amolo Odinga joined the government, whenever William Ruto went, next to him was Musalia Mudavadi. Next to him, you could see Moses Wetangula. As we speak today, Musalia Mudavadi is like he's not in government. It's like he speaks sometimes on basis of like people are probably complaining online or maybe raising an alarm. What's happening? Or maybe might I know his boss. But the fact remains that Musalia Mudavadi, as we speak today, he is also worried. He's not sure of his fate. He has been sidelined. Now we are having Raila Amolo Odinga taking center stage. Probably because of the numbers that Raila Amolo Odinga can be able to present on board. And probably the influence. Even the cabinet secretaries. Musalia Mudavadi does not even have one. But as we speak today, Raila Amolo Odinga has 4. Holding major and key dockets within the cabinet. That shows Musalia Mudavadi has been sidelined. Ladies and gentlemen, the other aspect that shows Raila Amolo Odinga is in government, it's the fact that development projects now are heading to Luo Nyanza immensely. Wait, the president finished from Kisumu, he went to Homa Bay, he will be in Migori, he'll again now go to Siaya again, I know that. That is a big sign that they're working close with Raila Amolo Odinga, and Raila Amolo Odinga is taking that advantage to give back to his people, or probably to convince them to vote for William Ruto. Now, that's a big sign that Raila Amolo Odinga is in government. When he was with Uhuru Kenyatta in the handshake government, We realized that they went to Kisumu to do some renovations to the port and some development projects there. A good sign that Raila Amolo Odinga was in government. So the development project that Raila Amolo Odinga takes to a place, especially to his backyards, it's a clear sign that they are working together with President William Ruto in government. Ladies and gentlemen, I had mentioned slightly, but also the appointment of key allies in government by Raila Amolo Odinga with William Ruto's, of course, authority. It's a clear sign that they are working together to make things work for them in government. That's why you see most of these people, as we speak today, they're in government and quiet. Because they are gone there on specific purpose to benefit themselves. So Raila Amolo Odinga took them there. They cannot speak against the government because Raila Amolo Odinga might withdraw them. So the fact is these people are working together, and the appointment that he gave them, it's a clear sign that they have been taken there as a sign that they are in government and that's their government, and they should not criticize at any point. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot also end this video without saying this. When I look at this clearly, I can tell that the opposition people, more especially those from the ODM party, some of them are very quiet as bad things are happening in this country. And being quiet, that means that they know Raila Amolo Odinga is part of that government that they might criticize. So to be safe and get re-elected, they have to ensure that they're quiet. That's basically what is happening as we speak today. But those who are speaking, the loudest ones are from the ODM party. That is Peter Kaluma from Homa Bay Town. Whenever he speaks, he's always against the opposition and the people of Kenya. A clear point that is supporting government, which they are part of. When he does this, the people of William Ruto, most of them are quiet, leaving the opposition entirely to Raila Amolo Odinga's men. So therefore, that's a clear sign that William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga are in government. Last but not least, they signed an agreement with the ODM party. Even Uhuru Kenyatta did not sign an agreement. That agreement is a clear sign that this is a coalition government that you're having, William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga. I saw somewhere a debate that which position is Raila Amolo Odinga holding. Raila Amolo Odinga is not an opposition leader, but is a man who calls shots in the government. Whenever things go wrong, is the person who tells Ruto, don't worry, this will come to an end. When people are killed in the streets, is the person who tells William Ruto, wataongea, wanyamaze, tulia. When William Ruto goes wrong, is the person who comes up and says, this one, avoid it. So is the advisor number one after William Ruto himself. I don't know what's your take, but I feel strongly Raila Amolo Odinga is in government, and that is a bad thing as we speak today, especially when wrong things are happening, because Raila Amolo Odinga does not represent extrajudicial killings. He should not represent abductions. He should not represent things like having money rotated in the form of empowerment programs. There should be proper structures in government to enable every youth, every mama mboga to benefit from the same funds. I don't know what's your take, but I feel strongly that Raila Amolo Odinga is in government. Share with me in the comment section what you think. See you next time for more videos.